Hello, very good morning, and welcome to this third session of Business Research Method classes. The previous class we had seen the various kinds of research like total quality management research, scientific research, evaluatory research, right? Those are to do with general methods, causal research, the research like basic research. Okay, so these can be for science, for physics, for chemistry. When we come to business research, which is what we are going to look at, we are doing our management studies, and by and large we are looking at business research. So when we look at business research, we have few major types of business research. Okay, the three major type we use are exploratory research, descriptive research, and causal research. Okay, exploratory research, descriptive research, and causal research. Okay, so now I will explain to you all the various scenarios in which we use these three researches. We will start with exploratory research. What does the word exploration mean in English? Exploration means to find out, to look into, to explore, okay, to find out. So, generally exploratory research are conducted when there is no clear idea about a subject matter. Clear? When there is no definite idea about a subject matter. I give you all an assignment to find out about the drop in the sales of cars. Where will you start your research? You will first find out what is car market in India? How is this car market divided? Yes, what is the total number of cars sold in various segments? Small cars, medium cars, luxury cars. What is the difference between SUV and cars? How many manufacturers are there in car market? What were the sales of the various brands of car in the last 5 years? Only if you know all these aspects will you be able to do this research on what I asked you all to do, which is why there is a decrease in the sales of cars. You will first have to do all these things to understand this particular, to even get close to doing this research on drop in sales of cars, right? So this, whatever you have done to get yourself familiarized to do the actual research is called an exploration, and hence it is called an exploratory research. Clear? So there is no clear-cut idea. You don't know anything about car market. There is an ambiguity, and hence to get yourself familiar with the situations of the market, you first have to read up, which is known as exploratory research. Okay? Because of the nature of exploratory research, just to get familiar with the subject, there will not be any conclusive answers, outcome, data out of this study. Okay, whatever you are exploring, whatever you learn from it, what are you going to do? You are going to do another study, in-depth study on the decrease in sales of cars. Then you will say, ma'am, which car do you want me to address? Small cars or luxury cars? So now you already know that there are two divisions. Yes. So to get clarity in your business objectives, to refine your search objectives, to refine your title of study, to refine your scope, area of study, you need to explore. Clear? I will discuss this step by step. I will give you all 3 examples for exploratory research. The first example is from the field of finance. Okay? Today, you are in this situation today. So you want to study about investors' future plan for 2020. Clear? First of all, there is a chaos in the market. All the stocks have gone down. Corona is there. You don't know whether people are earning or not. Okay? So you want to know what is the investor's plan for the remaining months into 2020. You want to do a study. It's a good study. Okay? The effect of Corona on investors. You want to do a study. What will be your exploration? What will be your exploration? You start looking at all the investment opportunities available. What are the investment opportunities? Fixed deposits, recurring deposits, investment in gold, investment in bonds, investment in mutual funds, investment in shares, like this house, investment in housing. So you keep to these. First say that these are all the investments I am going to look at. Okay? And then future plans of in 2020. So how you are going to arrive at this? So you go ask a couple of people. You identify high net worth investors. Okay? Get some names of high net worth investors from banks or from various banks, from various dealers, distributors, from stock market investing agents. Okay, so you find out the high net worth individuals and then you ask them what their investments plan are. Okay, so all those exploration that you will be doing to understand stock market, gold market, high net worth individuals, where to get data of high net worth individuals. Okay, all these preliminary studies that you will be doing before you actually address the investment future plan study. This exploration part is the exploratory study, which is the first part of your study. Even before refining your search, your objectives, you will be requiring some preliminary data, understanding, clarity. To arrive at this, you will be doing an exploration. Clear? Now we will go to example in HR. Assessing stress amongst nurses during the corona pandemic. This is your final study you want to do. So what you will explore? How many hospitals are there? How many government hospitals are there? How many private hospitals are there? Right? Because your study is during corona pandemic, you will need to only study those nurses who are working in hospitals where corona patients are treated. So which are those hospitals? How many nurses are there on duty? So first you will have to understand all these aspects before going into the study, which is to understand whether they have stress or they don't have stress. Correct? So you need to know how many nurses are there in Bangalore, in various districts in Karnataka. Yes? So only after knowing all these things, then you can have a clarity. Should I study only Bangalore or should I study each district? Okay? So all those aspects will evolve when you explore, when you first know about the number of nurses, where they are distributed, okay, how you can access them. So this is another example for HR. Okay, let us take a marketing thing in retail sector. Okay, you want to know the effect of GST on food retailers or the effect of GST on car retailers. So first you need to know who are all the food retailers, how they are divided. 5-star is different from 4-star, from like that. What is the division of food retailing? What is this market all about? What is the level of GST slammed on each of these divisions? Then only you will be, then how many hotels are there in each of these divisions? Okay. Only when you know these things can you carry out a study on the effect of GST on food business, right? Hotel business. So this is your preliminary exploration, and hence it is called an exploratory research. Clear? Fine. We will go to the next aspect of research, which is called a descriptive research. A descriptive research is again, we are talking about these 3 styles of research for management. Descriptive research generally studies who, what, when, where. It addresses the questions about who, what, when, where. Right? In the area of what? In the area of business, strategic management, marketing, finance, logistics, any applied area in business research. So this is a descriptive research. What is the difference between exploratory research and descriptive research? As I mentioned, exploratory research is the first part of your study, whereas in a descriptive research, after conducting a research, you have a diagnostic reason, and because of this diagnosis, you come out with a specific result. Right? In a descriptive research, it is conducted to get a firm grip of a scenario. A firm grip of a scenario. It explains who, what, when, where. Okay? It has certain diagnostics. In other words, there are certain statistical tools used. And when these statistical tools are used, you have a methodical way to arrive at certain results with certain reasons. It is analytical in nature. Okay? I will give you all the descriptive research, the various aspects. That is, I said descriptive research explains about various objects, various groups, various people, various organizations and various environments. I will explain each one of this. Let me give you all the example of objects. Descriptive research for knowing about objects. That is the thing. It can be descriptive research, can be applied to any of these things. Objects means take a market, paint market. The sales, understanding sales patterns of exterior paints and seasonality. Descriptive research. Correct? At the end of this result, you will know to what an extent there is a correlation between seasonality and sales of exterior paints. Okay? Another example for objects. Understanding profitability in recycled car market. So what are you studying? Your object of study, recycled cars. Clear? I will give you all an example of descriptive research applied on groups. Okay? I will give you all some titles, then you will understand. Virtual working and team building effectivity. So which is the group you are studying about? People who are working virtually. Team building effort, you all know, HR, team building effort. So we are not talking about team building effectivity on face-to-face scenario. We are talking about team building effort in a virtual scenario. Okay? Another example for groups. Okay. We are studying athletes. Which is the group we are studying? Athletes. Leadership and motivation in athletes. So which is the group you are studying? Athletes. So similarly, you can have a study on working women. You can have a study on children. Any of these things are groups. Okay? And then you can have on people. Okay? Senior citizen, retired people, groups. People, groups. Okay? Then daily laborers. Any of these studies based on any groups or people. That is descriptive research. And the last one is environment. Organization environment. I'll give you all some examples for organization. A study on performance of IT sector during corona pandemic. So what are you studying? The entire organization. Which organization? IT sector. Understood? I'll give you another example for descriptive study based on organizations. A study on share prices of cement companies during corona pandemic. So what are you studying here? Organizations. Which organizations? All those organizations which are manufacturing cement. Okay. Next example for organizations. Placement of business schools. Placement in business schools. So this is a study. What is the organization you are studying? All business schools. So how you are going to go about studying? You will first enlist all the business schools that are operating in Bangalore, and then you will go through all the placements, the number of placements and the salary packages. And then you estimate and say this is the first best, second best, third best. So what are you studying? Organizations. Okay. So through descriptive studies, you can do an organizational study, or you can study people, groups, objects. The last thing that you can study is environment. Okay. Examples for that is air quality during Diwali. air quality of in Bangalore during March and April of 2020. So environment, anything based on environment. So you should have heard so many studies on the ice cap in Antarctica and Arctic region reducing, and then its effect on global warming. Anything to do on environment. Another example I can say, the deforestation and its effect on animals, environmental based study. IQ of chimpanzees. Okay, so like these, these are to do with environment. So a descriptive study can be conducted on an organization, in an environment, on a group of people. Yeah, and what will you study? Who, what, when, where? Any of these aspects you study, it will become a descriptive study. So a descriptive study is conducted after gaining a firm grip on the scenario. How will you gain a firm grip? By doing an exploration, right? And the descriptive research diagnoses its data. There is a methodical way of collection of data, and it diagnoses its data. And there are certain reasons and there are certain outcomes. Because of the analysis, there are certain findings. And because there are some findings, because of these findings, you will act upon these findings, managerial implications. Okay? And then you would say, I am going to take these remedial efforts to address these results. Right? So I can go on with causal research, but it is going to take another 20 or 30 minutes. And uploading large files are becoming a challenge. So I will keep it to these two research types, which is business research we are talking about today, specific to management applications. So we were talking about exploratory research and we were talking about descriptive research. Please understand, by the end of this semester, you will be doing a project work. And that project work will be on an exploratory nature. You will be taking up a particular topic and exploring only through secondary data. You will sit and understand. Supposing you say any of those topics that I have given. So you will be doing an exploratory research and you will be compiling a lot of details and then you will be submitting it to the university. At the end of this semester, you will be doing an exploratory research. It can be either on a company or on a sector or on a set of people. Yeah. So any of these things which are related to business, you will be doing an exploratory research. So please understand these aspects. Do a little bit of reading on these things. And tomorrow I will upload the next video, which is on causal research. Thank you very much and enjoy a safe stay at home. Thank you.